welcome to the NABBA Nation post-show wrap-up. I'm here with my head judge and my senior international judge, Steve Bordeaux and Pat Frusciante. What an opening to the season.
It was pretty good.
The revival of Queensland, NABBA Queensland. Yeah.
Absolutely, we're back.
We are back.
The visuals were absolutely amazing. Just walking through the front door, just seeing those signs up, the big screens, the Rule 1 products on the table. It was bang on. It was great.
I mean, if you were a sponsor, you would be bloody happy.
It was everywhere, wasn't it?
It was everywhere. I mean, the screens.
The brand awareness that we were able to bring in support of our partners and sponsors was next level, and I'm really proud of the level we took it to, and our live stream was like a television production. It was that great. There was no lulls. It was high energy the whole time, and 100% sponsorship appreciation the whole time as well. It was definitely something that I'm very, very, very proud of.
Indeed.
I think the backdrop, the stage, the lighting, we couldn't have asked for anything better. From that venue, it's an amazing venue, and I can't wait to go back there for the Southerns.
The Southerns will be next level again. You think you saw something amazing. It's just a drop in the ocean for what's to come, especially with Worlds. Everything that we've got planned is just. We're about to blow it wide open.
It's all leading up. It's all leading up to the Worlds, right? So, and this is just the start, and it's already hyped up. Everyone's been buzzing. Everyone's been asking questions. When's the next show? So there's a lot of interest coming towards NABBA now, and that's what we want. We want to give back to the athletes, and that's why they're coming forward.
The interest, you mentioned interest. We just cracked 10,000 on Instagram.
10,000 legitimate followers.
Legitimate followers, yes, legitimate
That's
ones.
Yeah.
I've been watching for the last few weeks. We've been averaging about 70 to 80 followers a day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so that's next level.
It's really good. Yeah,
and that's all our investment, right? It's from Maria, from the top, and that's why they keep coming on board, because they're seeing what we're doing. They see we're giving back to the athletes. We're giving them enough time on stage, and look, I think we're rocking it at the moment.
Look, I think the show that we just pulled off last weekend was world class.
Yep.
Was actually the best this country's ever seen in regards to production and entertainment.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, 100%.
And the treatment of the athletes was second to none. How we catered for them in every single way, not just in, goodies and snacks backstage and all of that sort of stuff, but catered for them and everything that they needed to make their experience top notch was there, meticulously, thought of and looked after. So I'm really excited that was our benchmark.
And look, we haven't been to Queensland in 40 years. So as a kickoff, as a revival, that was amazing.
Yeah, so good.
It was amazing.
Yeah,
so
it's like we're there every year. It's like this is it.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And a lot of excited Queensland supporters getting ready for season B now.
Yeah.
They saw that and they're just like, we're in.
I've
had a few people inboxing me about season B. Yeah. So that's really good.
We're moving forward.
I love it. And Korea reached out to us. They're super impressed with everything that we're doing. And as everyone knows, the talent in Korea is just phenomenal. Yeah. And the fact that they're impressed by us says something.
And I think the Australian athletes here from all federations are having a look and say, who's going to Korea? Who's paying for them to go to Korea? It's like, wow, these guys are NABBA's taking them overseas. This is awesome. And I think that's how a lot more people will come over, that they see that we're giving back, and these opportunities for these athletes are huge.
Absolutely.
And I don't think there's any other federation that are actually giving these opportunities to the athletes.
But it's not just Korea. The thing is, they don't realise that every international show prior, we've taken a team, whether it be a small team or a few more, a bit of a bigger team. We're taking people with us and we're creating these opportunities. It's just now coming to light. So
it's getting recognised now, definitely, 100%.
Yeah. So it's something that we've always done and we'll continue to do. And again, not just for the athletes, but our official team. It's we're just really showing our thanks and
Sorry.
Appreciation. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say. Whoa! Oh, just knocking things over here. I was going to say, how many athletes are we taking over to Korea?
So we did have 4, but unfortunately 2 have had to pull out due to health issues within the family. Not them, thank God, but within the family, and obviously family first and health first always. So we have 2 of our up-and-comers. So we've got Ariel, our pro, ready to kick it off in Korea, pro debut.
That's going to be awesome.
And Cooper, our young and up-and-comer, about to blow Korea's minds with his amazing posing.
Oh yeah, look, on the topic of Cooper, his routine on Sunday was something special. Like I got a bit emotional. I'm a big teddy bear, but that just brought a tear to my eye.
I remember you sitting next to me at the judges' table saying, "I got goosebumps."
Yeah, like it was something like wow. It's like that's how we should be posing. I know he's got like a performing arts background, but just the expression, everything in that, the music he selected. Look, if anyone needs any type of guidance with routine, like go hit up Cooper.
Yeah,
he's fantastic.
His choreography is amazing. So not just his guidance as in with posing, which he's also super like experienced at, especially for someone so young. He's able to teach so well, but also his choreography of his routine. Even if you just get a routine choreographed, that is an investment. Yeah. Well made, Cooper Alush, seriously, reach out to him. You won't be sorry.
No. Like you would have seen Steve on the weekend. I think a couple of the men's physique guys, posing was a little bit off, needed a bit of work, and I think we mentioned this before. 4 or 5 months of prepping into a show, and your time on stage, you want to nail that. So look, invest some money in some posing or some time with. Cooper's great for men's physique. Hit him up.
Can I just say, invest in it, because we give you the time on stage,
yeah,
and you are going to actually get the opportunity to do your full routine in front of a live audience, as well as a national audience from our live stream, and we're not going to cut you off.
Yeah, and
you need to make sure that the whole routine's good.
And we want to see what you got, like everything. We don't want nothing hidden. So I think some of the posing was a little bit off in the men's physique, and didn't do them justice, so to speak. So make sure fix that posing up. We want to see you. We want to see all of you. So
invest
in
you've invested so much into everything else. Polish the package.
So to speak.
You're terrible. See what I have to live with.
Do we know if there's any prize money for this show coming up in Korea?
I don't. I need to reach out. But look, we're being hosted 5-star.
That's amazing.
Everything's covered. Free registration, free everything. Like, we're getting picked up from the airport. We're getting dropped back to the airport.
That's cool.
Like,
that's cool.
I actually haven't gone that far because I was just so excited about the opportunity that was presented to us. But look, at the end of the day, this is like a stepping stone in our relationship with Korea. But I know that our October show in Korea is worth $100,000
Australian dollars.
Australian dollars.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And the great thing about that is it's actually obtainable.
Mm-hmm.
You can get there. It's not
Yeah.
actually something that you've got to do these crazy qualifying rounds, just your standard qualification processes, and you're there. Yeah. You're there and you're in the mix, and I've got a good chance of $100K.
And that's a deposit for a house, man. Right there.
Yeah.
No, not in Sydney, but
But if it's something you love doing, you can make money from it. Why not?
Well, that's the thing. We're creating opportunities for our pros that are able, like, you become a pro to earn money, so that it's your job. So if I can take you to competitions where the prize money is substantial like that, and you have a really good opportunity or a good chance in taking it out, what more can you ask for?
Well, you've already given some money away on the weekend to the overall winners, $1,000. That's
great for an amateur level.
Oh, it is, and you think about all the money they put into their prep, food, and everything else. Their time, sometimes time off work too. They have to be in the final weeks, and it's good to receive something back if you're winning. It's like, I got something out of it. So sometimes the trophies are great, but it costs a lot of money to be
a little bit of cash, even some gifts. Like Rule 1 really went above and beyond and spoiled our athletes.
Even the spectators.
And the spectators.
They've got those little packs.
Yes.
It's great.
And alcohol with the water, and like everyone just got really, even like I said, the spectators rewarded for their efforts and for their support. Yeah. And so that was, amazing. Like I said, when I saw those show bags that they created for our athletes, I was blown away.
They got a hat. They got everything.
Yeah, shakers, this, that, the other. It wasn't just, little paper bag with a few little samples.
Oh, put it this way, that's the way, Rule 1 does it. That's the way they do it, so yeah.
Look, we can't thank them enough. Again, Rule 1, you have helped us, lift everything to a brand new level, and we are absolutely grateful that you have helped elevate us, and so we will continue to do the same in return.
The graphics on the screen were the next level.
When's the next show?
Okay, so the next show is our New South Wales qualifier, after Korea.
Yep.
On May the 4th in Sydney at the Canterbury Helston RSL. It's actually already dwarfing our numbers in Queensland. So the competition is going to be tough. It's going to be, a real awesome battle. The quality is there.
We're winding it up.
So we've changed venues now. Is that is there a reason behind that? Is it?
No, we haven't yet, because I went and saw a venue because we're growing so quickly. I went and saw, but it just wasn't obviously we've got to be very particular in regards to all of what we need and make sure that our athletes so. And that it's not squashy, it's, I have to really be mindful that not just switching because a stage is bigger, but is everything else up to scratch too. Yeah. And also we have so many people coming from other states to this show that they've already made their bookings. So I'm very mindful of that so that I can keep it in and around so that it doesn't muck them around. So I've got to be very, so we'll keep you all posted. Nothing to be concerned about, because like I said, if we do end up making the switch, it will not affect you travel-wise, booking-wise, any of that. So don't panic or anything like that. But we are just, the numbers are just coming in so thick and fast. It's just
we've got more registered now for this show
than Queensland.
Than Queensland. It's 4 weeks out.
Exactly. It's just insanity. But that just goes to show everyone is, chomping at the bit to be part of these worlds and to qualify. And this is their last opportunity to qualify for Queenslanders and New South Welshmen to qualify for the Southerns, which is their stepping stone to the world.
I don't think anyone realises how big the world is going to be. And I don't think they understand that this is a once in a lifetime opportunity that we're going to be holding the World Championships right here in Australia, and you can get a World Championship trophy in your backyard. You don't have to travel anywhere.
Last year was in Linz, wasn't it? In Vienna.
Yeah, in Austria. And it's fun again. I think the reason that people haven't wrapped their head around how big it's going to be is because every other World Championship that's been has not been of this magnitude. So they can't actually understand. No show has ever been this big. Whether it was the bigger, expo type shows or whatever. No show has ever been this big, and with this many international visitors.
Yeah. Whereabouts? Which countries are people coming from?
So we have people coming from Mexico, from many of the different Asian countries. We have Brazilians coming. We've got a team from New Zealand coming. We've got a strong Pakistani team coming and a strong Indian team coming. There's so many other countries, and it's just, they're excited. They're, because NABBA World, the international body, has made it mandatory for every country under the international banner must attend with at least one official and one athlete. So every country must attend. Right. Otherwise,
it's not too late. For any pros out there, you've got about 8 or 9 weeks to the World Championships. Get in there, do it, because you're going to regret it.
Yeah,
Trust
absolutely.
Me, you want to get on this stage, and you want to be part of the one of the biggest shows, or probably the biggest bodybuilding show Australia has ever seen.
Absolutely, and it's just the world's coming. Why aren't you?
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter what federation you're from.
No.
You can come from any federation.
Yes.
If you're a pro, come across. If your federation has a problem with that, we will honour your pro card.
100%.
Yep. We just want to see you on stage and be a part of this World Championship. That's it.
We want to showcase Australia.
There's money to be won, so
big money to be won.
Yeah.
And the lineup's coming. Like I said, the world is coming. Why aren't you?
That's a perfect saying. Yeah. Exactly right. The world's coming. Why aren't you? Yeah.
So Korea, we're heading off on the
24th of April. And
we've got a couple of the show's running for 2 days.
Over 2 days over the weekend. So we'll get there on the Thursday evening and, do our official duties on the Friday, meet the right people, have the right discussions and negotiations for our future.
Yep.
And then have a lot of fun. And I've dropped the boys in it. They will be judging for the bodybuilding division.
And tell me, because I've heard something about the judging sheets or the judging scores. The screens, we call it judging screens.
Yeah, so obviously Korea, they always take things next level.
Mm-hmm.
They're a step ahead, aren't they?
Always. And amazing. And that's why we're going, we got to, because I'm looking for all the ideas and how we can get better and do things more streamlined and all of that. And they have, obviously, all the tablets and everything. They do it all electronically. But their scores from every judge come up in real time. So if you press number one, that's going to come up there. Pat Frusciante, number one, and they're going to go, well, they're either going to boo you and throw something at your head, or they're going to get really excited. Cool. So it builds up the drama and suspense within the audience. Obviously the competitors can't see it, so they're going to go, oh, what's going on there, and all of that sort of stuff. But I thought that was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So
exciting. Very
what do you reckon that would be like? Give us your feedback.
Yes.
Talking about feedback.
Feedback.
Talking about feedback.
The good old feedback.
The good old feedback.
Oh my goodness. Right. So
my inbox was full.
Yes.
On Sunday morning. So while I was having my coffee,
Monday morning. Oh, Sunday morning. Yes.
Is it Sunday morning?
Yes.
Sunday morning.
Yes, right.
While I was having my coffee, I had a few people inboxing me about feedback. Thanks for sending them my way, Pat.
we all did it because we love you and sharing the love.
No, and it's good. It's actually better to get feedback to the athletes straight away.
Yeah.
Because in the judge's mind, it's fresh for us.
Yeah.
In the athletes, from their perspective, they can get onto it as quickly as possible. Yeah. So, I spoke to several athletes, even while I was sitting in the airport on the way back to Sydney. And several more throughout the week, this week as well. So
it's been good because it means they've been bouncing off each other with a few athletes. If there was anything else that I wanted to add or Steve wanted to add before we replied to them. So they're getting a decent feedback.
Well, they get a good amount of time to actually action that feedback and to get straight onto it, and I feel I'm really proud that I can honestly say every competitor that has wanted feedback has already received it.
Yeah. Yes,
right
absolutely.
now. So,
and it's free. So.
Yeah, and it was free. Yeah. It just cost me, I don't know what it cost me, nothing, literally. I was going to say a coffee, but a coffee at the airport, but I didn't even buy you that.
Yeah. That's okay. You bought me tickets. You got me tickets to Korea.
I know.
That's a pretty good deal.
Yes,
that's huge.
Yes.
And I believe tickets to the UK.
Yes.
And tickets to Thailand as well. Good Lord. Yeah, that's okay. It's worth the feedback.
Yeah. It's all happening.
That's right. See, if you want to become an official member of the NABBA team.
Yeah. It's a pretty good deal.
It is. Except when you get Pat's wife.
You don't get Pat's wife. That's not part of the deal.
Pat's wife it's working in her favour. She lets Pat come along, but she's adding it all up for when she wants something to say. Remember that time I let you go to Korea?
It's getting bigger and bigger now.
No, but definitely, we're the team to be a part of, and we're taking things to the next level. So our team will be growing, and it's exciting.
And so Southerns, that's on the 10th of May.
Yes, Southerns is on the 10th of May at Glow in Robina once again, and it's
that's our final qualifier for
June.
Yeah.
It's the last chance for anyone except the pros who wants to get to the Worlds. You must do the Southerns. So
this will be a good indication of who's coming to the Worlds, who's representing Australia at the Southerns, whoever's going to be there.
Well, that's right. We've got to get got to get our tracksuits and everything made up.
Yeah.
You know, I need the numbers. So I know how to make tracksuits to order.
Like a bit of a war between countries,
athlete only. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. We, you know, we've even got one of Ireland's competitors already here.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting.
You should have like a mini Olympics at this one. It's like different countries going head to head.
We're actually going to. We're all going to. Why are you ruining all the surprises?
Sorry.
Yeah, so we will. We'll have a special entry with you know, each country and their captain and whatever as they come in and recognise them and do all of that. Awesome. Well, if it's going to be live stream, we want to make it like an opening ceremony, don't we?
100%.
You know,
this is the world's, mate. This is the world's.
Yes. Yeah. Oh my God.
As long as I'm not reading the athletes.
The athletes.
You'll never live that down.
I never live it down.
Yeah, absolutely. No, so World is going to be epic. Don't sit on the fence. Don't risk the splinters in your ass. Just jump off and get it done. You know, be a part of it.
And the wheels are turning. The wheels are turning for NABBA. People are talking about us. Like Steve said before, followers each day, you know, 80, 90 or 100 followers.
I never was like looking at that, you know,
I wasn't either.
Until Steve brought it up. He's like, do you know in the last week, and I'm like, get out of town. And then he kept bringing it up. I'm like, you know, like weekly, we'd get the weekly updates. And I'm like, oh my God, he's right.
Steve's onto it.
Yeah, absolutely. So
I wanted to talk about categories.
Yes.
I thought it's a good opportunity for us to talk about categories with, obviously we've got a few different categories, and a lot of people are not familiar with NABBA. I've spoken to particularly females who were thinking about getting into NABBA, but they said, oh, you don't have a category for us. Our categories are, they're called different things to what, or different, to what you would traditionally know. So we do have wellness. We got bikini.
Yes.
We got toned figure, which is, would you liken that to
bikini?
A little bit more, a step up from bikini.
Step up from bikini, A bit more muscle.
A little bit more muscle.
Conditioning, very similar.
Very
similar.
Similar.
Yeah, like everyone that does the sort of fitness sports sort of, I think that's the closest that we've got, like as in for that.
Yes, around that. And then the next step up is athletic, which is a little bit harder again, a little more muscle.
Yep.
Starting to get closer to what you traditionally know as a figure athlete.
Yes.
And can we have a little bit of vascularity in the athletic?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not too much.
Yeah. You're not going to be a roadmap.
Yeah, no.
No.
We're going to save that. We've still got a few divisions above that.
Yeah, look.
Yes. And then finally, well, not finally, but you're trained athletic, which is, you know, going pretty much, your figure as we know it.
Yeah.
So that's where we go a lot harder with the muscle and the conditioning. And then, of course, we have physique as well.
Which is a female bodybuilding pretty much.
So correct.
Yeah, so there's pretty much something for everybody there.
100%.
As I said,
people get thrown off by the word figure.
Yeah, when they think figure. Yeah, so look, if there's any confusion, please inbox any of us. You can inbox myself at Team Bordeaux, or you can inbox Pat or Maria, or even just the NABBA
page.
Yeah, the NABBA page.
Even their website. Their website's got a fair explanation of all the categories too.
It does, but we're gonna keep refining this so that it's a lot more user friendly for the athletes as well.
Yeah.
But again, if you're a bit old school like me and you just want to talk to somebody, feel free. And actually, if you hit the message number or message button on my Instagram, it'll go straight through to my mobile. It'll show up my mobile number, so you can. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So you can.
Express.
That is.
Can't get more express than that.
You can't get any more, and it's free. So you can message me either via Instagram.
Yep.
Either Facebook as well, that's fine.
Yeah.
Or you can just simply text my phone. That's probably going to be as quick as it gets.
That's awesome. You're putting it out there for the athlete.
Emails get lost. So if you're sending an email, it potentially is going to spam whatever, particularly if I'm not part of your contact list and vice versa. Yeah. So if there's any confusion about categories, hey, where do I fit in? I feel like maybe I don't think I belong in with NABBA, because NABBA's maybe a lot of people think it traditionally as a boys club, but we are very much for the girls. and the guys, there's something for everybody. So.
And for the transformations, and also for disability, we had a.
Oh my God! How good was the all ability?
Yeah.
Just like seriously, like there was not a dry eye in the house, probably in the country for whoever was watching that. It was, and Brad.
And the boys come out supporting him.
The boys.
Well, I have to admit, for a second, I thought to myself, which category is this? Because we had guys in men's physique shorts, classics, and then bodybuilding trunks, and I thought, how am I going to call this category? But that was just a real. It was NABBA personified, wasn't it? Because it was all about supporting the athletes, and so we see a team, everybody on there just lifting each other up.
He was a bit nervous to come out on his own, so the boys just went right where we're up there with you, and they asked us, I'm like, please, and it was just a really beautiful moment, and I look forward to watching this.
So this is the all abilities category. So. Probably good to explain to people what that all abilities category is.
All abilities is people with a disability, like a physical disability or an intellectual disability. It is for anyone that has challenges. Challenges, and for anyone that wants to get in and have a crack. And
that's awesome.
Yeah,
because it really is for now. I mean, it is for everybody.
Absolutely,
anybody, everybody.
Well, with Brad, he had come to a show to watch his support worker, Jake, compete and support him. And then he wanted to do it. And and when we brought out the all ability, Jake was like, yes. And he came and he had the best day of his life, and apparently on the drive home he asked when's the next one. So
it was nice to see it. Jake was hitting the poses and showing in the pose, and he hit it. It was like, that was special.
And that's something as well to know that should they feel uncomfortable, we're happy for them to have a support person with them, either on stage if they need it, or side stage, or in front. We're there to support them in any way that we can, and we really want to see this division grow, because it's just something that is heartwarming and for the soul, really.
And of course, if there's support workers coming in, they're not paying to get in.
Oh God, no! Are you kidding?
Just clearing it up.
Just clearing that up.
I was going to say, is that a serious question?
No, that's a serious one. Just want to because cost is an issue for athletes these days, and
especially athletes on a pension.
Well, I think we spoke about this at our last podcast about even having coaches backstage and how much that means for the athlete themselves, having their coach backstage, just to calm the farm, so to speak. Having your coach backstage is a big thing, and at NABBA it's free.
When you did your first show, did you have your coach backstage?
No, and I was a bit. How can I say? I was definitely shy, but I was very, very nervous. I didn't know what to expect, what to do. I had messages and papers to read, but had no idea.
I was very lucky. I had my coach backstage. Honestly, I would have been so lost. I had zero idea of what the hell I was doing.
But even if you're a seasoned athlete, when you're in that state, sometimes you're not thinking clearly. You need
that reassurance. That's right.
Absolutely.
Sometimes you don't see it the way other people see it. And just having that reassurance there from your coach, it's huge.
Well, I mean, I remember, not that I was doing coaching duties on the day, but I was with Lee Priest backstage at the Universe, and he was a bundle of nerves.
Wow.
He was a bundle of nerves. I mean, he's obviously the greatest we've ever produced.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But he said to me, what do you think of him? What do you think of him? And plus, having to get your own tanning sorted out, it's mission impossible. So everybody needs to have somebody, a support person backstage to help them. Doesn't matter what level, whether you're at absolute pro level or whether it's your first time show. So at NABBA, we recognise how important that is. And so we encourage coaches to come along to the shows. And we do that by making sure they're not out of pocket for it.
Absolutely, or not charging their athletes for it.
No,
that's
definitely
another
not.
thing. Sometimes they do. They have to, because it is so much. They have to actually add it on to the price tag on the prep. So if you have an athlete in our show, you will not pay to enter, nor will you pay to support them backstage. We will give you a special wristband that allows you access to these areas. if you have an athlete in our show.
We're just talking about bikini doing tone figure, and then that crossover is fair.
Is sufficient,
and, then after we can go athletic to train.
Yes.
Those two can intertwine with each other. But if you're going from toned to train, then no. But bikini to
well, it's
tone,
a completely different criteria.
Yeah.
You're like, even if you didn't pump up for one and then smashed out the pump up for the next one, you're still not going to get there.
It's different conditioning altogether.
Yes. So it's just like, look, I can take the money, which we know that I'm not going to, and that's why we're saying this, so that,
But again, that's, something that the athletes can inbox any of us about if they want clarity on it. There was a few examples of some of the girls that were there who had spoken to us prior about where they fit in their categories. We did have one lady on the day. We ended up just shifting her into a different category. She was an amazing athlete, absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Pretty crazy, When she turned up on stage, I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
like
absolute,
world class.
Yeah,
world class, pro, standard. Unfortunately, in the wrong category, but we got her into the right category, which, for some federations...
Steve picked up on that straight away.
Yeah, for some federations, that's too late. We've already put everything down. We're not moving anyone. And that's disappointing for an athlete who has put so much work in. We moved her into another one. It's no big deal for me. I'll just scrub her out from that one, put in the next one. No problem at all. So we got her up into the next category where she was much more suited. It's one of those things where if you do have incorrect category selection for whatever it is, you don't need to stress out. We understand pretty much the whole panel. Well, the whole panel are athletes we've competed before. We know how tough it is, and that would be one of my worst nightmares, is finding out I'm in the wrong category, but then having a how sad, too bad, just learn next time. It's too late. So again, the NABBA difference.
Well, put it this way, the care for that lady, do you know what her name was?
Sarah.
Sorry, Sarah. My apologies.
Was it Sarah? Yep.
Yes,
So
Sarah.
I remember when you made the call live and you said that we're going to push you into women's physique. And we didn't want her to leave or be upset. I quickly ran backstage. I think at that stage she was still might have been a bit upset. I just said, Steve, you got to go talk to her. And Steve was off. And look, this is during the show.
Yes.
So Steve left, head judge gone. That was more important to sort that out.
I was going to say that was a priority to make sure
Steve.
that Sarah felt seen, felt heard,
and
understood.
I can't emphasise what a physique.
Holy
hell!
Oh my
it's crazy, isn't it?
Sarah, if you're watching this, incredible physique.
Yeah, wow.
Come
we
back.
want you back. Yeah,
Dude.
world class.
You must.
Yeah, world class.
Mr. Hipwell, the coach, please come and talk to us, and please, Sarah.
Yeah, she was good.
Don't leave us.
Very, very good. She was very good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think I've seen a physique like that.
It's
For a long, long time. Wow.
In the women's, wow, that's it's the point of difference right there.
Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, she sets the standard.
Yeah, she does. She does indeed.
Yes. Also, can we talk about hair?
You're talking to me.
Wait.
Or lack thereof. I'm going to talk to Pat about it.
With the girls, I know that we were having discussions about girls.
Okay.
And on back, off back. Like,
Yes.
what's? Tell me about hair.
What we look ultimately. I don't know what all the other federations are saying about hair with
We don't care.
With the well, we kind of do, because what's happened is people's preconception when they come there, because other federations are telling them that the hair is to be sitting on the back when they're doing a quarter turn. So if you're doing a quarter turn, a lot of the girls will just have that hair sitting down.
Yeah.
But what I feel is that we should offer the athletes the opportunity to present themselves in the best possible way.
Yeah.
So I'm not hard and fast on, okay, it has to be hair to the front or to the back, to the side. It's however you feel looks the best.
Yeah.
But my suggestion would be, when you do quarter turn facing the rear, having your hair down is going to cover up a lot of your hard work in the gym.
Yeah.
Essentially, when you think about it, some girls' hair's that long that it covers their waistline as well. Yeah. So I don't get to see a taper. I don't get to see any muscle development through the back. Fair. And it also doesn't take away that illusion of having the wide shoulders to small waist ratio. So I do feel like having hair down your back does affect your symmetry. Yeah. Some people may argue otherwise, but...
Well, I agree. Like, if you're doing that from the rear, right, you said what are we judging? Just legs and glutes.
Exactly.
Because we're not seeing much
That's
else.
right.
So what Steve's saying, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, look, that's a choice that they have, and I'm glad that we've pointed out that they can move it, because some people might be afraid to move it, thinking that they will be penalised or it will go against them in some way, shape or form, but it won't.
Yeah, generally, I'll let it go on the record now that as far as the judging goes, you will not be penalised, even if you are doing slight freestyling, so to speak, with your poses. I mean, obviously, if we're doing quarter turns and you're doing a front double bicep, then I'm going to, look, worst case scenario, I'm going to pull you up and I'm going to say, look, please, competitor 100, please go into your quarter turns or whatever. Yeah. But as far as feet placement goes, say, for example, say bodybuilders are doing a tricep pose. Some athletes have a foot back, others have their feet together. As far as I'm concerned, it's essentially presenting yourself in the best possible light. So you're not going to get penalised on technicalities. And again, any posing coaches out there, if there's any concerns, please just inbox us. We're pretty damn responsive. You'll hear back from us very quickly. Again, don't email. Just send us a direct inbox. You can do it again for anyone watching this segment. Team Bordeaux, you can just inbox me or Pat or Maria or NABBA itself. So
easy as that.
Absolutely.
Nice and easy.
All of us for good measure.
But with the poses, we are, for lack of a better term, we're a little bit more relaxed as far as that goes. It's more to do with presenting yourself in your best possible light. It's the same with most muscular poses, things like that, or hand placements with bikinis. It really comes down to when you're with your coach is going to say, well, this is showing you off a little bit better, let's do that. Or no, that doesn't go with the NABBA criteria. Well, no, we're open to, we just want to see people in their best possible light. So
exactly right.
Yeah, so we filmed some stuff that, is slowly coming out as a guide, because people don't like freedom to express themselves and present themselves properly. Like they struggle with it, which I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. I thought, by saying you are free to work with your posing coach within parameters, like they're not silly. No. These posing coaches know what they're doing, but in a way that presents your physique the best. Yeah. But sometimes it's not received. Like people just can't deal. They just want a guideline and they just want to do that, which is fair enough too. So we'll give you the guideline, but for those that want to really work with their coaches quite closely and come up with the poses that are, best for their physique to give them the best opportunity to do well, then you've got that too.
Yeah.
And bring that energy to the stage. We want to see that.
Yeah,
100%.
the energy.
I know
Have some fun.
a lot of them are very nervous, and I know it can be nerve-wracking, but mate, you work hard for that. Get up there, man. Put that smile on.
Own it.
Have some fun.
And bring the family and friends that are going to like smash out the cheers and like really hype you up and just to make you feel a lot more comfortable that no matter what happens, like you've got the people that matter most there, and they are there so proud of you and loud and boisterous.
Well, with some solid numbers for the Sydney show, I'm looking forward to that one.
Oh, I'm so excited. So excited. New South Wales, you are turning it on.
We're coming, and we're building
yes,
all the way to the
trickle will turn into a flow.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
It's flowing, like even just during the live stream alone, I think there was like between, 10 and whatever registrations. Like it was crazy. Like I think people saw it and went, right.
Bang.
I don't want to be on this fence anymore. I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
and keep sharing our content, everyone. If you're looking into NABBA, share it. Have a look at what we have. Have a look at what we've done. Have a look at where we're going. And come on board. Follow us. Share what you can.
Tag us on your stories. Yeah. We will share everything.
Absolutely. We will help elevate you as
we'll promote your business
Absolutely.
too. It's all about helping each other.
Sponsors, if you've got a marketing budget that you are looking at the best way to get return on your investment, NABBA's the way to go. Not only do we support every partner from the bottom level up in the same sort of light, the way our brand awareness at the moment and the way we're doing things, working very closely with JFit Media and other channels, is next level, and so we're really taking
JFit Media.
JFit Media.
Did you see him on stage on the weekend? From behind, he was getting those shots.
He was like a ninja.
He was.
Ninja, I don't know about ninja, but he was there.
I was going to have security haul the guy off, and then I realised he's holding a camera. It's incredible.
But yeah, like
did you see the shots though?
Yeah, did you see the
shots?
though?
Did you see the free shots?
Free shots?
The free shots the athletes got, they were something else.
Yeah, JFit Media.
The angles he got.
He was upside down half the show.
Yeah,
like, what
he
the
was
hell?
on the roof, he was everywhere. But from behind the athlete, those shots that he got from behind the athlete, like on the ground kind of thing, mate. But they were really nice shots. With the lighting,
that's the
looked
thing. It
amazing.
wasn't
Really
your
great.
stock standard, boring stage shots. It was from every angle, backstage, all the candid
where do we see
shots.
these photos?
So we sent out the links and to our athletes first because they've got the exclusive rights to the first wave of crashing the internet.
Okay.
Also, like again, and that's another way that we really elevating our sponsors because those screens behind in these, like in every single photo,
have the sponsors.
I mean, if you go on to the
crashing the
NABBA
internet.
the NABBA Instagram page, you'll see 15
there's
examples
a lot there
of the athlete, and then if you're a sponsor,
great job.
Yeah,
huge.
and we will actually be putting the live feed back up on YouTube for people to watch back, record their routines if they want to, and they can, really enjoy it from now that the dust is settled and all of that sort of stuff.
I said this last time. Where were you like 6 years ago when I was competing? Like I wanted,
in the audience watching
footage,
you.
I wanted footage, and now we're doing it. This is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think you might be.
Come back now.
Yeah.
Oh, you never know. You never know.
I've been trying to get both of them to come back, but they won't.
Yeah, two skinheads back on stage. Let's do it.
The older I get, the better I was. Don't even think I was good, but anyway.
This might be a thing. You never know. Me and Steve might get back on stage one day.
Well, no, I need you on the panel. Sorry, you can't allow
Maybe we
it.
should put like a tally up where people can raise money for us. Like, who wants to see us on stage?
Oh my God, GoFundMe.
Yeah, GoFundMe for me and Steve.
That's
Get us back on stage. Help us make our way back to stage.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'd like to mention again that NABBA is registered as a non-for-profit. So all money raised or from entry fees, from the athletes' registration, it all goes back to the athletes, and that's how we fund athletes going overseas and whatnot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, a lot of people are having to dip into their own hard-earned cash to go overseas, particularly a lot of the pros.
Yeah.
I don't think Australia's had a pro show since pre-2020, is it? Or
been a little while.
So as a pro, if you want to compete, you had to go overseas.
Yeah.
As a pro with NABBA, if you want to compete, you can compete overseas, but there's a very high chance that it's going to be funded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big difference. That's a huge difference. Because a lot of people want to get their pro cards. It's all well and great to get your pro card, but then where do you go from there? Because most federations don't have a pro. Well, no federations. Oh, there is a few federations that have pro shows.
Yeah, absolutely.
But a lot of times you got to go overseas and you got to fund that yourself, and it's a difficult run.
And unfortunately, a lot of the pro shows these days don't have any prize money. So that's super important. But I also want to again bring it back to the partners. The opportunity there for a bigger tax break and all of that sort of stuff, the benefits of that, as well as partnering with us in the community, it's a lot. It looks a lot different. Yeah. It looks a lot different, and our packages are not stock standard. We work with you in tailoring it to you because not all businesses need 10 tickets to a show, and you know, a spot on your media wall or whatever, you know, we will work with you, ask you what a partnership looks like for you and, you know, what you want to invest in and what you want to see out of your investment, and we'll make it happen. So we do it super differently, and we're working with you to elevate your brand, and in return you're supporting our athletes and our initiatives to get them either overseas or to put on, you know, amazing shows for them with quality photos, quality venues, you know.
And is NABBA looking onto, I think you were mentioning before, we're looking at putting a Pro AM every single year.
Yes, we have a sanction for it. It's really exciting. And that's why, again, this Worlds is that important, because their minds are going to be blown so wide open that they're going to want to come back. So we're going to have internationals every year. It's not just I'm going to have a pro show every year with just us. No, they're going to keep coming back.
Can I throw in a big question here, put you on the spot?
Yes.
Okay. So next year, if we have a Pro AM, right? And it's just obviously, it's not a Worlds, it's just our Pro AM. Are we still going to be inviting pros from other federations to compete in our pro show?
100%. 100%, because
that's
it's not just about getting people to our Worlds and this, that, the other. It's about creating opportunity for pro athletes to compete and to try and earn some money.
Yeah, fantastic.
So it's just going to be a stock standard thing that we offer across the board at all our pro shows.
Yeah, awesome.
It's good to know. I didn't know that.
I just threw that in. I had no idea either.
I just made it up.
I just threw that in. I'll put her on the spot. Sorry, Maria.
No, I like it. But that's it. I never script these things.
But it's such a great idea.
100%.
Yeah.
You know, and maybe the smart federations will turn a blind eye for those shows and then welcome people back.
Look, if they make a switch, like let's just say, an athlete comes over, wants to hand over their pro card to come with NABBA, right? And they've done the NABBA Pro Show. But then it's up to, if they want to go back, it's up to that federation whether they're going to get their pro card back. Otherwise, initially they become a NABBA Pro.
They're stuck with us.
They're stuck with us.
Yeah.
I can think of worse
people. We're not going to take anyone overseas. We're not going to do any pro shows in Australia.
Well, I can think of worse people to be stuck with. Just saying.
Just saying. Now, I'm looking forward to it. We're moving up the ladder, you know. We're creating something new. It's something that...
Well, like I said, the standard that we just set last weekend is now the standard that is going to be really hard to beat. And that's just where we started.
Yeah.
And what's to come is just like going to skyrocket. So I'm super proud of that, really excited what's to come. Again, if you're sitting on the fence, get off it, jump in, feet first, let's go.
Amen.
Okay.
Last question for Steve here. I just wanted to know, look, Steve tends to pick up a lot of stewardess on the back.
Dora, if you're watching, I wasn't around.
It's just his looks, right? It's just
I did nothing.
He didn't do anything. He was just present. It's just his presence.
I did nothing.
Oh, you're terrible.
I did nothing.
Sorry, Steve. Let's cut.
Perfect. All right.
Awesome.
Big thank you to Terry from Big John's in San Susi for letting us film today's podcast in his amazing restaurant. If you have not been, you must. We are going to have our post New South Wales wrap-up dinner here. Stay tuned for all the details. This is where the Italian food dreams are made. And also May 4th, New South Wales, May 10, Southerns, and of course World Championships, June 8th.
Let's go.